Cars whizzed by, their engines a constant drone in the afternoon heat. A lone figure, dressed in faded jeans and a stained t-shirt, sat on a rickety wooden bench beneath a lone palm tree. He was hunched over, his head in his hands. A small, scruffy mutt, all brown fur and wagging tail, ran in frantic circles around him, barking insistently. Drivers ignored the scene. Some scowled, others merely shrugged. This was Costa Rica, after all, where stray dogs were a common sight. "Just another drunk," one driver muttered to himself, stepping on the gas. But then, a silver pickup truck slowed down, its driver, a young man with kind eyes, watching the dog with growing concern. He pulled over, stepping out into the harsh sun. "Hey, boy," he called softly, approaching the dog with open hands. The dog, sensing kindness, stopped its frantic barking and bounded over to the man, tail wagging furiously. It nudged his hand with its nose, then, as if on cue, turned and ran back towards the bench. The man followed, his heart sinking as he saw the man on the bench. His face was ashen, his breathing shallow and raspy. He was clearly in distress. "Hey, are you all right?" the man asked, his voice full of concern. But the man on the bench only groaned, his eyes closed tight. The dog whined softly, nudging the man's hand again. It seemed insistent, desperate. The man, his gut telling him something was terribly wrong, pulled out his phone. "Call an ambulance," he barked at the dog, "I need help." As he waited for the ambulance, he noticed a worn leather wallet lying open beside the man on the bench. Inside, next to a faded photo of a smiling woman and a young girl, was a driver's license. Jorge, it read, with an address on the outskirts of town. When the ambulance arrived, the paramedics took one look at the man and immediately sprang into action. They administered oxygen and checked his vitals, confirming what the young man had suspected. The man had suffered a heart attack. As the paramedics prepared to load Jorge into the ambulance, the dog, his tail tucked between his legs, whimpered and tried to jump in with them. The paramedics, touched by the dog's loyalty, allowed him to ride in the back of the ambulance with Jorge. Jorge, recovering slowly, looked at the dog with a weak smile. "Chiquito," he whispered, stroking the dog's fur. The young man, watching from the sidewalk, felt a wave of relief. He was glad he hadn't just driven by. He had not judged Jorge by his appearance, and in doing so, he had saved his life.